How we doing, guys? And it's finished Arsenal 2, West Ham 0. And I've just got back from the Emirates. And yeah, listen, that game there was one of those that was very easy, but very difficult at the same time. And I know that might sound a little bit weird, but let me try and explain, because sometimes, during the course of a season, you'll get games where you don't have to get out of first gear. The team you're playing are terrible. So you kind of go through the motions. And when you do that, you always are a little bit wary that you might get caught out at the other end, a set piece or something. West Ham offered nothing. Not a single thing. David Raya never faced a single shot on target. I genuinely think he could have probably sat down on a chair. It was that easy at times. And I know that West Ham, they're where they are in the league, they've changed their manager and everything else, but I expected a little bit more from them. I expected them to have a go. I expected them to look at this game and kind of go, well, nobody expects us to win, despite the fact that we've won at the Emirates in our last 2 visits, because of the whole, situation that they're going through. It's kind of a free hit, shall we say. But they just offered nothing. Not a thing. And it was just very simple stuff. In the first half, I think we had 15 shots and 4 on target, something like that, 3 or 4. And, Eze should have scored when the ball fell out to him and should have buried it. Declan Rice goes and scores, shuts up all the West Ham fans again. Whilst there are a lot of West Ham fans that were applauding him and can appreciate him and everything he did for the club, I have absolutely no idea why some West Ham fans boo him. This is one of your academy players that done absolutely everything for you. Gave you one of the greatest nights of your life, lifting a trophy. And for whatever reason, you decide to boo him. He got you over £100 million in a transfer fee, which you've wasted anyway, but that's not his fault. He was never disrespectful about West Ham. He's never slagged off West Ham. Even when he went back to your Olympic Stadium, whatever that place is, and scored, he never disrespected you. I don't get it. Maybe a West Ham fan that does boo him can let me know the reason why you boo him. Because it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I understand when a player leaves that you might not like them and whatever the situation is. I can understand why Newcastle don't like Isak because of everything that surrounded it. But that's not Declan Rice. Never once forced a transfer. Never once disrespected the club. Done absolutely everything. And then gets booed. And that's why when he scored, I like the fact that he was just looking over as if to say something now. So, yeah, hit the post as well. Calafiori hit the goalkeeper, nearly went in on goal, but didn't. And yeah, it's one of those games where you're kind of like, oh, just get the second goal. Just get the second goal, and then we can stop worrying about any random set-piece goal or whatever it might be. They were never going to break us down in open play. Absolutely no chance. When you look at the possession, 69%, 21 shots compared to their 4, none on target. They accumulated 263 passes. We had 565. It was just a complete and utter domination. And it was so easy. I actually think Port Vale gave us more of a game than West Ham. Not even exaggerating. Worst team I've seen at the Emirates this season. We beat Leeds United 5-0 and Nottingham Forest 3-0, but yet West Ham were worse than both of them. And that's not an exaggeration. But like I said, we got the job done. There's a couple of little things that we worry about as we go into the international break. Martin Odegaard again injured. And an unwanted Premier League record. He's the first player in history to start 3 consecutive games and be substituted before halftime in every single game. Not great. And he's been so unlucky, so unfortunate. The first 2 times he gets substituted is to do with his shoulder. And this one looks like a knee injury. Now, obviously, when a player, goes off and there's a problem with his knee, you automatically start panicking and you think ACL and all the rest of it. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like, from what we're hearing and what Mikel Arteta said, that it's a clash knee on knee, which sounds like it could be really badly bruised or something. Hopefully it's not like a, hairline fracture or something like that. But it's just such rotten luck at the moment for Martin Odegaard. And, when you look at the performances that he's been putting in, and we finally got to see Eze and Odegaard, and it's just over before it starts. But like we keep saying, our strength in depth is just a joke. And the fact that Martin Zubimendi come on, and I probably think that Martin Zubimendi was arguably man of the match. He was very, very good. He just calms everything down. When everything's chaotic, he's the calmest man there. Jurrien Timber again. Do I need to say any more? He's just so good. Wins the penalty for the second goal. If you want me to be really fussy, then we should have had a penalty at the start of the second half for a handball. I don't know how that's not a handball. Some people moaning about the penalty that we was given and saying it was outside the box. No, Timber went down on the line, which means it's a penalty. What more do you need me to explain? And I think the biggest thing that's annoyed me is that some of our own fans are moaning about Bukayo Saka taking the penalty and scoring, and they wanted him to give it to Victor Gyökeres. Now, what I will say here is, very simple. Bukayo Saka was making his 200th Premier League appearance. He was also on 99 goals and assists. And that was a milestone opportunity. And Bukayo Saka, as our first choice penalty taker, has been for a couple of years. The game was 1-0. This ain't no time for sentiment. This ain't no time to be giving Gyökeres the ball and trying to get him going and maybe get his confidence up a little bit or whatever. It's about making sure you win the game. This ain't soccer aid. This ain't a charity. This ain't a bit of fun. If the game was 2-0 even, 3-0, something like that, then by all means, Bukayo Saka would have probably happily gave the ball to Victor Gyökeres and said, there you go and get a goal. But at the end of the day, what's more important is the win. More than anything. It's that simple. And when you look at the celebration when Saka scored, Gyökeres celebrated with him. Doesn't look to be any issues at all. Understands the situation. Understands his role. His time will come. They'll probably share the penalties and everything else. His time will come. But the current context of that game, no. It's not a charity. Get the job done, get the 3 points. We'll worry about everything else later. So simple as that. Stop moaning. Honestly, it's boring. There's something to moan about constantly. So, yeah, listen, like I said, it was one of those games. Did not get out of first gear at all. Didn't need to. And that's the thing. It wasn't like one of those games you're in first gear and you're trying to get up the levels and you can't and it's not working. We just didn't need to get out of first gear. And everybody kind of just played within themselves. And you're going to get games like that. And this was most definitely a game like that. And listen, at the end of the day, it's 3 points in the bag. At the time of recording this, we're top of the league. Liverpool are losing to Chelsea. And yeah, we go on an international break for the next 2 weeks. And it's probably the worst time given our results and the situation. But then when you look at the little niggles with Odegaard, Declan Rice coming off as well, little niggle in his back, then you could kind of argue maybe it's a good time. Bring Declan Rice out of the England squad, please. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's job done. It's 3 points in the bag. We played 10 games this season now. We've won 8, drawn 1, lost 1. We've kept 7 clean sheets in those 10 games. We've only conceded 1 goal from open play in 10 games. It's actually a mad statistic, but they're the facts. Some of you want the manager out. Give your head a wobble, seriously, man. So listen, there we go. That's it. That's some match reaction. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. And yeah, 3 points in the bag. We'll watch the second half of the Liverpool-Chelsea game and we'll see what happens. Let's see if they can turn it round in the same way, we had to against Newcastle. Like everyone says, that's what big teams do. That's what you have to do. Over to you lot. Let's see if you can do it. So there we go. You know what to do if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.